So this is the biggest thing that we have done on this show. So Justin, let's get to it. Let's open the vault here and let's see what's behind it.
Don't show it yet.
Tell us about. Don't show it yet. Justin's got to tell the story. So let's have it, Justin. So we're both flying down. I'll set the stage. We're both flying down, to Dallas. I'm taking my, my coach seat from the Chicagoland area. You're in first class coming from the West Coast, because you're a rich guy that flies all the time. So,
right.
So you're always surrounded by, the elite and, important people that are getting to first class. So, take it away, Justin. What happens on your plane that makes it a little more unique than your average flight?
Yeah. So specifically, I was flying from communist Portland, Oregon, which is part of why this probably happened. So I'm flying from communist Portland, Oregon. I'm on the plane waiting in my first class seat, and the two seats in front of me are wide open. And on the plane, comes walking down the aisle a guy who looks very much like RFK Jr. Okay. And he's with someone who appears to be maybe like a campaign staffer or something like that. And they, of course, because this is the way my life works, he sits immediately in front of me. So this guy is immediately sitting in front of me and his staffer is sitting to the right of him. Right. So I'm not sure if this is him. I think it's him. It looks like him, but I mean, what are the odds, right? And then as people are coming down the aisle, some people are stopping and asking for this guy to take selfies with him. So clearly it's got to be him, right? It's got to be him. He's also doing this weird thing where he's like shaking his head all the time, which is something that he does for some reason. And so RFK Jr. is in front of me. So I'm thinking to myself, all right, what do I do here, right? This guy's taking selfies. It would be pretty hilarious if I got like a selfie with RFK Jr., right? I'm going on Glenn Beck's show the next morning, so I'm thinking this could be like a funny thing to do. So as I'm figuring out what I'm going to say, we're on the plane is now, we're up in the air, but we just got off in the air. As I'm thinking about what to say, I'm listening to Glenn Beck's show on my phone, right? And I've got a headset in, a Bluetooth headset. And as I'm figuring out a way to approach him, because it's like, what do I lead off with? I work for the Heartland Institute. I don't know if that's a very good way of leading off a conversation with RFK Jr., right? I don't know what to say. As I'm listening to Glenn's show, the headset cuts out and the audio starts playing on my phone on this quiet plane, super loud, right in the back of this guy's head. And Glenn is right smack dab in the middle of talking about how we need to send the left back from where they came, back to hell. Okay? Those words come out of Glenn Beck's mouth in the back of RFK's head. And I'm thinking, oh my God, that's, so the staffer turns around and looks at me all weird. And I'm like, okay, well, I guess that's the end of that. I can't introduce myself to this guy, right? So I think this story is really funny, right? I thought, I'm going to tell this story to Glenn on this could be a really funny story to tell Glenn on the radio, how he ruined my opportunity with his incendiary language to talk to a presidential candidate, right? Mm-hmm. So as I'm trying to figure that out, now I'm like, I got to have a picture of this guy, because that's the only way anyone's going to believe that this story is real. No one's going to believe the story is real. So I'm trying to figure out ways to take pictures of RFK, and I'm doing all these just absolutely creepy things. I'm like, I go to the bathroom and I'm standing over by the bathroom. I'm trying to snap secret pictures of him. Every picture I take of this guy looks like he's just some old man on the plane. Could be fucking anybody. Oh, sorry. I dropped Could have been anybody. Could have been anybody, right?
Edit that one out.
I know. We need a bleep button, Andy. You got to get working on that. So anyway, I'm a little too late, but okay. For next time. Okay. I've given up. I'm never going to get a picture of this guy. So then RFK gets up and he goes to the bathroom. And as he's walking to the bathroom, I realize the guy has no shoes on and no socks. And the floor is covered with food and disgusting food. And he's walking to the restroom with no shoes and no socks on. He goes into the restroom, sockless and shoeless, something I've literally never seen in my entire life. Out of all the times I've been on planes, never seen this happen before. Come on, and I thought, okay, I know, like absolutely disgusting, right? And I'm thinking, like, this guy's a presidential candidate. You know, he doesn't wear shoes and socks in a plane in first class. Like, what is this? So then I'm like, I got to get a picture of this, right? So as he's coming out of the bathroom on the way, I snap a picture of RFK Jr. Can we pull up the picture to prove that this psychopath really does walk on the plane? There he is. Look, you can see the disgusting food on the floor. You can see him, no socks, no shoes. Like, this guy just totally just crapping on everybody in first class. I couldn't believe it. And so now we're going to ruin his entire presidential campaign just based on this entire scenario. Look at this. Look at the...
Oh my God.
And the reason
there's
so
like
much
spaghetti
food,
on the floor. Who had spaghetti?
Yeah, the reason there's all this food on the floor is that this lady whose foot this looks like a man foot with the sock here on the left in the photo, this person accidentally spilled like a bunch of food on the floor like probably a half hour before this happened, and then they couldn't really clean it very well, and it was very dark at the time and everything, and so there was food, and he knew that. He's sitting right next to her. And then all this food's on the ground. He goes to the bathroom. So I mean, just think about all the urine that's on the floor in that air bathroom. Like, well, this is just disgusting, unbelievable. So now we got to ruin him. There's no other option.
The social faux pas of taking your shoes off is one thing. You know, whatever. People are getting comfortable. It's a long flight or whatever. I've never seen someone strip down to their bare feet, and then let alone be in their seat like that, but walk to the bathroom over all these crumbs and noodles of spaghetti or whatever. He had to have gotten back with damp feet and had to wipe off all of these crumbs. What a disgusting creature this is. I don't know, man. Jim, Chris, what do you think about this?
I'm in shock. I mean, Donnie, I go on airplanes and every once in a while, I'll take my shoes off and I'm sitting there just because it makes it more comfortable. But it would never occur to me in a million years to walk without socks or shoes in the aisle, and let alone into the bathroom. I mean, that is just like, oh my, that is grounds for him to just drop out of the race.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think
Thank
so.
you, Chris. Thank you for taking this as seriously as it deserves. This man needs to be removed from the race immediately.
Yeah. Disqualified. Jim Lakely, what do you have to say?
This is a new low for this program, I gotta say. I mean, first of all, looking at that photograph, I mean, look how blurry his feet are. Thank God. I mean, it looks like a Bigfoot photo, It's like your UFOs. You can never get them in focus. Thank God. We might see a better look at those feet is not a good idea. But, I guess we should all, it's not a big deal, Justin, because airplane bathrooms are notoriously clean. I mean, nobody... there's not like there's turbulence that would make you miss or anything. And, it's those are the most sanitary places that humans can ever be. So I don't really see what the big deal is. I've actually seen worse on airplanes than somebody walking barefoot into a bathroom.
Really? I've never seen worse than this.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. But, I mean, I'm with you guys. I think this is absolutely disqualifying for the presidency. I mean, we just can't have this in this country. I mean, if we start letting people who walk around barefoot on airplanes in positions of power in this country, then we're through. We're through as a country.
Now, Donnie, you swear that this is not AI generated, correct?
Oh, this is not.
Okay.
This is
not AI generated.
AI is very bad at making feet. So I'm getting a little.
That was one reason why I was kind of questioning it, because the blurriness of
it's
his
all.
right.
Oh, this is
it's blurry because he's walking, he's moving, and that's why it's blurry.
Motion. Right.
So Justin and I meet up after I was on the Alex Stein show. At the hotel. He's telling me this story or whatever, and it was just like, I think we had like a half hour, just like, what do we do with this information? Like it was a miraculous that you were able to get an actual picture that got everything in frame.
You should sell it to some, like publicity magazine.
We thought, we can't keep this from the public. The public has to know. They have to be completely informed as to what this presidential candidate does in public. And so that's why we broke it here. Exclusive bombshell report. RFK Jr.
Yeah.
Share this news far and wide.
We're going to have an extensive marketing PR campaign built around this to destroy RFK Jr.
Do you remember in the 2016 primaries for the GOP when John Kasich was caught like stuffing pancakes into his mouth at one of those like not donor but like one of those events, and Donald Trump just blasted him as, you can't elect this guy president when he's like shoveling pancakes. Okay, this makes that look totally normal.
I know. That's what I'm saying. People's presidential campaigns have been ruined for far less.
Yeah, for screaming.
Like far less. Yeah, just for being excitable. Just for being like really excited. Right. People have lost their presidential. This guy is doing something that you literally you get executed in certain Middle Eastern countries for this, I think. I think they kill you for this in some places. So we're going to allow this? Something that's a capital crime in Saudi Arabia or Indonesia? I don't think so. We can't have this.
Did you end up talking to him at all? Did you introduce yourself, or did you just take that clandestine photograph that he has no idea?
Okay. First of all,
because you may have broken the law, or unless there's something different in Sky law where it doesn't matter where you are. Yeah, you can do whatever you like.
He's in public.
He's in public. You can take a picture of anybody in public.
I just want to say Sky law. That's all.
Yeah, well,
you are an expert in bird law. I do know that, but yeah, I mean, no. After seeing that, how do you even talk with this guy? I mean, he's barely.
Well, really, honestly, that wouldn't have stopped me. I think it was I could have asked him about it. I would have loved to have taken a picture, a selfie with him. That would have been just great.
Yeah, but can you hold your foot up in the air?
Yeah, but after the Glenn Beck clip, I was like, I don't think I could talk to this guy. So I'm gonna talk to him after he hears me listening to Glenn Beck talk about how the left is from hell, and then I'm like, what? I'm from the Heartland Institute, right? I mean, at one point in time, I think RFK said that people who are climate deniers deserve to go to jail or something like that, or guilty of treason. I mean, pretty harsh stuff. So I'm willing to bet that he's not a huge fan, So it's just a little bit. I don't know. Yeah, and then when you saw them walking around without any socks and shoes on, you don't know what this guy's capable of. So.
Yeah, he put his finger on the button.
Deranged, so
he's deranged. He's deranged. So if and when this goes viral, this is where the news broke first in the Tank Podcast. We bring the real hard hitting findings on this podcast.